What's going on YouTube? Today we're going to be talking about 5 great options for project cars. So if you're in the market for a project car, then you definitely came to the right place. Our first car on the list is going to be the Body Mustang. The Body Mustang is a great project car because first off, it is a lightweight car, it has a V8 and it's rear wheel drive. Combine that with parts being in abundance since it's a Mustang and them being cheap as well, you have yourself a car with plenty of power potential. It doesn't take much money to make these cars go fast. And when you have a project car in mind, you're probably going to be on some kind of budget. So if you're looking for a drag racing car, then this definitely is the best option on the list. There's probably not many better options for project cars in the price range and the price point combined with the price of the parts on the list. So if you want something that's lightweight with the potential to go fast in a straight line, then the Body Mustang is definitely a great option for you. So let's move on to our next entry, the 350Z. Nissan 350Z has become what the 240SX was in the car world a few years back. You can easily find a 350Z for a good price unless you're buying the HR motor, which does run a little bit more. But as far as aftermarket potential, the 350Z has plenty of potential in the aftermarket. It doesn't take too much money, but overall the 350Z is a great option for a project car, especially if you want it to be a daily driver as well. It's probably one of the most reliable cars on the list. So let's move on to our next entry, the Mazda Miata. The Mazda Miata is a car that I wasn't sure that I wanted to put on the list, but I just went ahead and threw it on because it is a great car, despite what people may say about it. What makes the Miata so great is that it has the potential to be just about anything you want it to be, and it doesn't have to be fast to be a fun car at all. And parts for the Miata are dirt cheap. You can do anything you want to that car under the sun, literally. Only problem I have with it is the size. It's not for taller people, but if you're in the market for one, then that's something you probably know anyway. So don't let that stop you from buying one. The aftermarket support for the car combined with the price of it make it just a great all-around car for anyone that wants a cheap, reliable project car. The next entry on the list is going to be an F-body Camaro SS or Trans Am. Even though the prices are somewhat high on these cars now, the value has went up, they still have so much potential. And the aftermarket for these cars is great as well. If you want a car that has plenty of potential and fast, that's very fast in a straight line and is great for drag racing, then the Camaro SS or Trans Am is definitely a great option for you, but expect to pay a little bit more money for these cars. Nevertheless, let's move on to our next car. The last car on this list is going to be the Lexus SC300. Why did I put the SC300 on the list over the 240SX? Well, here's the thing. SC300 comes with a non-turbo 2JZ, but it's still a 2JZ nevertheless. For about $5,000 or less, most of the time under $5,000 for SC300 in good condition, you're getting a 2JZ car. And sometimes you can even find them in a 5-speed manual. So the potential for these cars is out the roof. Upgrading these cars isn't as cheap as maybe some of the other cars on the list. Because, I mean, if you do plan on turbo in the car, which, I mean, it's meant to, it's a 2JZ, come on. Then you're going to pay a little bit more just for a single turbo kit. And to tune the car, you have to buy a whole new computer because you can't tune the stock computer. So those expenses are going to be a few grand. In my opinion, SC300 is probably one of the better options if you have the money, but all the other cars are all cars that I would buy if I could. So that's why I put them all on the list, because these are all cars that I personally would consider buying in. But if you disagree with anything, then let's talk about it in the comments below. Or if you like what you see, then comment about it below as well. If you enjoyed this video, then give it a like and go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content like this in the future. And I'll catch y'all on the next one.